Hello everyone, I'm just going to show you a quick tutorial on how I'm making my Dignity aprons. Still pretty simple, but I have sort of changed a couple of things from the previous tutorial that I did, so this is what I'm doing. I'm cutting the sleeves off. Basically I just do it with my rotary cutter and just cut along the sleeve there, but leave that much on both sides. And then on the back, instead of cutting really close to the yoke, I actually leave, what's that, 2-3 centimetres cut along there, and I'll show you for why in a moment. I'm just going to clip now to show you where we're going to sew. Okay, so I've clipped. What I've done, I've turned and turned them under again. You see there, on both sides, and I'm just going to stitch all the way along there just to hold that back, make it nice and neat, and hopefully make it more durable. Okay, back in a moment. Okay, so I've stitched all along there, so that's lying flat, stopping any fray, and hopefully, you know, get lots of washes without too much wear. Now the next thing I'm doing is on the yoke on the back, so here, so where I've left that, I've just done exactly the same. So turned it up and turned it up. You can make that smaller or larger if you like. I find it easier to work like that. I just tend to fold it as I go. I don't usually clip, but again, it's whatever suits you. This is just an idea. So I'm not the most experienced of sewers, so it's just the way that I found to do it. So let's stitch those two then, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so we've stitched along here, so again, nice and neat, nice and secure. Next we're going to concentrate on this part here. Originally I was doing it and opened it up and was sewing some binding down, but that collar wants to be down really, so what I do now is sew it with the collar down. So all of this piece of fabric is just a piece I've cut out of the arm. I do tend to vary the size. I can't say that I use the same measurements all the time, because it just depends on the size of the shirt. This shirt's about a 16-inch, I think. Yeah, 16-inch. So I will probably give it a little bit extra on the back, but I have got some some larger shirts, so I don't really need that much extra. But I like to put this on to cover. So I'm just going to sew these down, and then I'll show you the fold over after, when I've just sewn these on. Okay. Okay, so I've stitched that on. That was right side onto the back there. Okay, and then all I do is just fold it over like that onto that side, fold the ends under. Normally, obviously I've used the cuff because it was a short sleeve shirt, so normally I'd have to turn under again like so, but obviously this has already got a hem on it, so I didn't need to do it on this one. So that's what I've done basically. So folded it over, just clipped it in place, tucked the ends under, and then I'm just going to sew around the edge there, just hold it all into place. Okay. Okay, so we've sewn that over. So now it is a little bit wider at the back than it was before. And all I'm going to do now is just put some Velcro on here. So stitch that. Doesn't have to be a massive amount, just so it'll overlap. So I'll pop that on and then I'll show you what we do with the back. Okay, Velcro on, stitch that on, so that's nice and secure there. And then we're going to do the back. So I decided to leave the back on as another layer. I'm going to be making some just like this, that is just basically a shirt. Turn that under. I usually turn it under, possibly under again, and stitch it down. Tuck the sides in, and then basically just stitch all the way along. Some I've made, I did have some fleece which I have tested, and it's really quite absorbent. So with this one I'm going to put some fleece in, but as I say, it's exactly the same whether you put fleece in or not. So I'm going to pop the fleece in now. Okay, basically just cut a rectangle of fleece. I've cut it slightly wide, so I will just trim it around here. And I'm going to put that between these two layers. Okay, so I'll put the fleece in between there. Just snipped around the edges there because it was slightly too wide at that point. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tuck the back over. This would work with any kind of lining, so we're looking at different options of lining at the moment. That is machine washable, so we're doing some different testing, but I thought, while I've got this bit of fleece in, I might as well use it. So I'm just going to carry on and pin that all the way along, tuck the pieces in, and be back in a minute. Okay, so just pinned and clipped all the way along, tucked it in. So you want to make sure that your fleece is up to that tuck where you fold it over, because I'm going to sew quite close to that edge there, just to keep it as high as possible on the neckline. Okay, that's it all done. So just stitched along the top there, and that's it. So basically once it's on, just look like a shirt. But it's got nice absorbent centre, and just help, you know, just splashes of food and what have you. So yeah, I hope you like the tutorial. I'm not the best sewer, and I've never professed to be. I just really enjoy it, and I like helping people. So any comments are greatly appreciated. I'd like to know, you know, if I'm doing something wrong or the better way of doing it. That's always great to hear. Okay, thank you. Bye.